In Maven, we have the ability to make a properties file, and we also have the ability to add that properties file to our end deployment package, so we can reference it in our code, and then we can also reference it outside of our local execution. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and we're just going to make a simple Java project. Going to look up a few commands, and we're going to use Visual Studio Code to do most of that stuff. So point maven, and I always have to look up this command every time I use it, so bear with me for one moment. And go to creating a project, and then here's a command to create a new Maven project. Oh, I guess I already have something there. Alright, so let's create a new project in here, and we're just going to use a CLI for everything, because, you know, why not? Alright, so this is going to ask you some questions. Your group ID, blah blah blah. Alright, cool. So now we have a POM file, and we also have some other stuff there. So let's just go ahead and add that to Alright, so now I have it in my code editor for Visual Studio Code. So now I have my POM file, and you can see here is everything. Right. So we also have properties file, and here we can define our property, which let's say it's the operating system we're building for, like we're developing on a Linux system, but it's actually going to be published to a Mac system. I don't know, something like that. But it could be anything, really. So you're just going to define your property here, and we'll just say someProperty, right? And then inside of here, what you're going to want to do is we're going to parameterize it. So we're just going to say $, and then someProperty. So this value to this property is going to be set via the command line when we build the project, and then we're going to reference that inside of code. So so in addition to this, because right now if we build a project, it won't write a file. It will just kind of set it during the build, but not anywhere else. So in addition to this, you also have to make a use of a plugins. Excuse me. You have to also have to make use of a plugin for it. Right, properties, maven plugin. Yeah, and the one we want is, I believe is this one. Yep. And if we go to usage here, right, project properties, I believe it's this one. Yep. We're going to copy that into here, and we're going to put that into our build tag, which I'm going to make now. Excuse me. Oh, I copied too much, didn't I? Whoops. I need that. Copy. Paste. And I'm going to change the output file to something else. let's see, source. I mean, depending on where you want it. I mean, if you do source main resources, there's two jars that are going to be generated by default in Maven. One is going to be for the test project. One is for going to be for your actual project. So you put it in main, then it's going to be for your actual project, and you can use it during execution of the whole thing. And if you want it for test, you would replace main with test, like that. So let's leave it like that for a sec. And then the actual file name we're going to do is myFirstProperties. Yeah. So now it's when we do this, it actually automatically makes this directory. And let's see. I did source test, and then all right. So maybe it doesn't make that directory automatically, but it does make the file from last time I used it. Maybe it doesn't. We might need to set it first, so let's do maven clean, and we'll just do package, and then we'll skip the test, and then we'll also have to set now our variable for properties. So to do that, we'll do -d for your options, and then you'll also write someProperty, because that's the name of the value we're doing here. Did I spell it right? Property. Yeah. And then we're just going to assign that to BLAH. And this is going to first delete the target directory, if there is one, and then package the entire thing. And now if I refresh this work environment, here's myFirstProperties, and it says BLAH. And maybe that might have been why it didn't show up initially. I had to click this refresh button here. But here's my target. And then also here is my jar I made. And it looks like in this, the way I have it set up right now, I guess I was mistaken before, but looks like right now it's just making the main project. It's not building the test jar in addition to the actual project. So what I'll have to do is in my POM file, if I want to see that in the jar, I'll have to I'll have to change this to main. And now if I refresh this, let's see if this is automatically there. Okay, it's not. Source main folder. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and rebuild it now. And now it's going to rebuild. It'll should generate something here now. Yep, so here's my thing. Here's my project properties. Didn't move this one, so that's fine. But now that we have a project property, we can, in our code, in App.Java, if I can speak today, but I don't even know what I said. But now we can reference that file. And there's a built-in library for Java to reference properties. And I'm just going to find an example real quick of how to do it, because I don't remember how to do it from memory. How to read and I think that's literally the thing I just did. Oh, perfect. Yeah, this is what I want. Which I think it just gives you the answer on the first thing. So I'm just going to click on this. And okay, cool. let's do that, and then the value of the file here is myFirstProperties. Copy that right here. And now we can also make use of the properties object. So once we load in and get the file using an input stream, there's another way to do it here. I'm just trying to remember. Yep, so gotta make a properties object. I'm just gonna copy and paste from this. Okay. And then once you make a properties object, you do load, and we're gonna load in the stream. And I'm probably missing some imports, and it looks like I probably have to put this in a try catch as well. If I try to package it again, it'll probably throw an error. Yep. So I'm just gonna copy this. And now there's a way to get the property as well, because using a properties object you can just say get whatever property name is there and then use it. One thing I may have not touched on either was the reason why you would want to put this in the resources directory. Maven automatically knows by default to use the resources directory when building the project. If you put it outside that directory, you have to explicitly make a resources tag, or in the event that you're making a test jar, you'd have to put in a test resources tag. And I can go into more detail later. Let's see if I remember how to do this real quick. Yeah, so here you go. Prop.getProperty. And the value of my property was someProperty. So save that, and then it's probably going to throw an error again because I don't have the imports. The internet is so useful. Cool. And then I might be missing one thing. It's going a little fast. I'm gonna slow down. Cannot find symbol, line 16. That doesn't know what this is. Okay. Should know what that is. How do you not know what that is? Maybe some dependency I'm missing. Alright, well they're not using maven at all, so I'm missing something here. Not find symbol. Oh, I didn't find loader. Alright, that makes more sense. GetResourceAsStream BLAH. Alright, let's see if that works now. Yay! Alright, cool. Alright, now if I were to execute this, so let's go to target Java. Actually, I think, how do you execute a jar? I think you just do Java and the name of the jar, right? Oh, I may not have made this executable. Shoot. And let's see, to make a project executable, something you have to do in here. To make maven jar executable, you need to have the assembly plugin. Okay. So I want that. We're going to put it in that. Plugin. BLAH. And then fully qualified main class. I think it's just called app. Yeah. Oops. Let's open the terminal once again. Back to desktop maven tutorial. Oh shoot, I did it again. Alright. Main package. And I just want to skip the tests. And then got to give my variable yeah, I think that was it. Alright, cool. Oh. Alright, have to be in the project to actually execute maven the command. Well, at the very least, we can inspect the jar and we can see that we have the properties file in there, which is how your code is able to reference it, because it's included in the jar now. That's why you have to put it in certain directories, otherwise that won't happen. Now, let's try this compile command. Might have a problem because I didn't specify the property. Yeah. Okay, compiled. Well, it didn't run. Where's my output? Let's look back here. I don't have a package. I just have you know, that. So should go right to it, I think. Main class app. I put .java at the end. I doubt it. What is this talking about? This is another language or something. Alright, we're really close to this. You know, one moment. Oh, okay. So I do have to put that there. com.jamesknowsbest .app. Alright, let's see what happens when I compile it now. Okay. Compiled it, didn't do anything. To execute a jar. Using CLI Java jar sample a jar. Oh, it says BLAH. Awesome, it worked. Alright, cool. End of video. Thanks for watching.